Today I'm showing you an Aussie baking classic. You'd be hard pressed to find a single cafe or bakery anywhere in Australia that doesn't sell at least some version of this recipe. It is sweet, it's got a beautiful layer of cool crisp chocolate on top, and it is absolutely addictive. Let's make these beautiful classic Aussie caramel slices on the One Pot Chef. Caramel slice, I love making this, and it's really simple. There's basically just three main portions to it. You have the base, the caramel layer, and the chocolate layer on top. So we're going to start with the base. We're basically going to be making a very simple sort of shortbread layer, kind of like a big sugar cookie. So into a mixing bowl, I've got 125 grams of unsalted butter. You can use regular butter if that's what you have in the fridge. And to that, I'm going to add in half a cup of caster sugar or superfine white sugar. And I'm also adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm using my homemade stuff, but store-bought is fine as well. Make sure the butter is at room temperature before you start using it, because it is important that it's soft so you can beat it. And that's what we're about to do. The butter, the sugar, and the vanilla, we're going to cream it together with an electric mixer. If you don't have an electric mixer, you can just do this by hand. Use a silicone spatula and just smush it all together until it's creamed together and smooth, and you can tell if it's right because if you just take a little pinchful like that with your finger and just rub it between your finger and your thumb, and if it's gritty, you can still feel the sugar in it, it needs a bit more beating. But that's nice and smooth, so we're ready to move on. Into our creamed butter mixture, we're going to add in some plain all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups. We're going to add a little bit at a time and then just carefully mix it in until we get a nice soft dough. Don't be afraid to get in there and give it a good squish with your hands to get it all mixed together. That's looking excellent. You see how that's a sort of a soft, sort of crumbly dough? That's just what we're looking for. You sort of press it together and it holds its shape. Perfect. Next, I've got a 20 centimetre or about 8-inch square cake pan. If you don't have a square or rectangular pan, don't panic. You can do this in a regular round cake pan and just serve the slice in wedges instead of squares. But basically all I've done is I've lightly greased the pan with a bit of spray-on kitchen oil, and to that I've added some non-stick baking paper, making sure there's a long handle on at least 2 of the sides. That helps to lift the slice out of the pan once it's finished. So what we're going to do is transfer our soft crumbly dough mixture into the pan, spread it out evenly, and then using a flat bottom glass, we're just going to press it down so it's nice and compacted and smooth and even all over. Now this is ready to go into our preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, about 360 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to put it in there for about 12 to 15 minutes or until the base is lightly golden. I've just taken our sliced base out of the oven. It's got a very light golden colour to it. This is still very hot, so we're going to leave this aside to cool while we work on our next layer. Making our caramel mixture is super easy. We've got a pan over a medium to low heat, and I've added in a 400 gram can of sweetened condensed milk. I've also got 125 grams of butter. Again, you can use unsalted or salted butter, whatever happens to be on hand. And I'm also going to add in some golden syrup. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons, which I'm just going to roughly squeeze in. And now we're just going to gently stir this mixture together for about 8 to 10 minutes over the medium to low heat. We're going to allow the butter and the condensed milk and the golden syrup to just carefully melt together until it's nice and smooth. And what will end up happening is over the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to be constantly stirring it so it doesn't stick to the pan and burn. But what will happen is this mixture will slowly start to thicken up and change colour. It'll start going from this sort of pale creamy colour, and it'll end up turning into this nice lightly tan bronze colour, this beautiful caramel colour. Once it thickens up and gets to that beautiful brown, sort of bronze colour, that's when our caramel is ready to use. So be careful because we're working with super hot sugar here. It can burn you very badly. So I'm using a long-handled wooden spoon for this, so I'm out of range. And just gently stir. You see how I'm just doing it gently? I'm not beating it like crazy, like it owes me money. I'm just giving it a gentle swirl, scraping down the sides occasionally, making sure there's nothing sticking to the bottom, and just keep stirring for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's nice and thick and golden. I think we're just about there. You can see how thick this is, and it's started to go that nice brown tan colour. Perfect. So switch off the heat and we're ready to quickly but carefully pour this over our base. Ooh. Carefully smooth the caramel mixture over the base, making sure it covers all of it nice and evenly. And this is ready to go back into our preheated oven, 180 degrees Celsius, about 360 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 10 minutes. I just carefully removed our caramel slice out of the oven, and it is super hot, so be very careful with it. Now all we're going to do is place this on the counter and we're going to allow it to cool completely. This is important. It must be cool completely before you put the chocolate layer on top next, because if you do, the chocolate will end up going all weird. We want this to be completely room temperature, no heat in it whatsoever. To make our chocolate topping, it's very simple. All we need is 250 grams of milk chocolate buttons. These are ones you find in the baking aisle at the supermarket. They're specifically designed to melt, so they're very easy to melt. There's no trouble with this one. And to that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of plain vegetable oil. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, just canola oil or just plain vegetable oil, something that doesn't have much flavour. And just using a metal spoon, we're just going to give that a light toss, get that oil all over the place. Now the oil is going to make our melted chocolate nice and smooth and glossy. Now all we need to do is melt it. You can pop this heat-proof bowl on top of a simmering pot of boiling water. We call that a double boiler. Do that on the stove and just slowly melt the chocolate. I'm going for the easy route. I'm doing it in the microwave. I'm going to put the whole bowl in the microwave for 30 seconds, then give it a stir with the metal spoon again. Make sure it's a metal spoon. If you do it with a wooden spoon, the chocolate might split and it'll go yuck and you'll have to try again. So 30 seconds, give it a stir, another 30 seconds, give it a stir, and just keep doing that until the chocolate is completely melted and smooth. The chocolate is melted and look how gorgeous that is. Beautiful and smooth and glossy. Perfect for our slice. And all that's left is to pour that chocolate over the top of the caramel slice. And just smooth it over the surface gently, making sure it's even all over. That's looking absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. And all that's left is to pop this into the fridge to chill for a few hours or until the chocolate on top has set. Our slice has set and the chocolate layer is lovely and smooth and firm, so all we need to do now is take this out of the tin and slice it up. So take those two long handles like so and just gently lift. I'm going to move the tin out of the way and carefully peel the paper back. You can see those three distinct layers there. That looks absolutely gorgeous. So all we need to do is slice it up. But if you're a perfectionist, and I know there are several of you out there, you might see the edges are a little ragged and weird looking. You can trim the edges if you're absolutely so desiring, because it will make each slice look perfect, but I'm not that worried. I'm just going to slice it up. And to slice it up, what we need is a very sharp knife. And what I've done is I've heated it in some hot water so the blade is nice and hot. And you dry it off with a towel, and then we just simply cut carefully through. Make sure you wipe the knife off after each slice and reheat it if necessary. That way you get nice clean slices through each cut. And here we have our completed chocolate caramel slices looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at those 3 delicious layers. You've got that soft crumbly biscuit base, you've got that thick layer of caramel, and of course that cool crisp layer of chocolate on top. Honestly, these are amazing and I cannot wait to dive in and have a taste. Even up close, they just look absolutely deadly. I cannot wait to try this. Now, I really shouldn't be eating this, but I am going to have a little bit for science. You know, for science, of course. All right, let's get scientific. It's technically a vegetable. Oh, that's so yummy. Yum. Speaking strictly scientifically, of course, we've got a lovely crumbly thick layer of basically a shortbread biscuit type layer. And you've got the caramel, which is sweet, but it's actually got a sort of a deep, dark sweetness to it. It's almost... I don't know how to describe it. It's got an almost sort of slightly salty flavour to it, even though I didn't actually add salt. Although, if you wanted to make salted caramel, you could add a little salt to it while you're making it. And of course, that cool, crisp layer of chocolate on top. You get that beautiful, crispy crunch as you bite into it. This is absolutely fantastic, and I really had fun making this. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos and other content at OnePotChefShow.com. And until next time, see you later. This is the only bite of this I'm having because I've been very good recently. I've lost quite a bit of weight and I am not going to ruin it by eating an entire batch of caramel slices, but I do have a lot of friends and family who will be attacking these probably within the next 5 minutes because I see a certain person hiding in the corner there who wishes to remain anonymous. Alright guys, let me know in the comments if you're going to be making this, and I'd love to see your pictures if you do make it. Send them to me on social media, tag me in the picture. I'd love to see them. I always love to see you guys when you're making my recipes and putting your own twist on things. It's so much fun to check out. Alright guys, lots of love to you all, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!